Across the hot, dusty prairies of Texas, the U.S. Army wages mock combat in one of the world's most formidable tanks, the M1 Abrams, named after the legendary General Creighton Abrams. General Abrams is known for his hard-charging leadership of the 37th Tank Battalion during World War II. Today, American tanks are much more powerful, better protected, and much faster than the Sherman tanks that Abrams commanded. The Sherman was armed with a rifled 75mm gun with just one-third the force of the 120mm smoothbore gun found on the M1 Abrams. The Abrams advanced composite armor provides 12 times greater protection than the Sherman's mere 2 inches of steel armor plating. At 25 miles per hour on roads, the Sherman was fast for its day. But the Abrams can travel nearly twice as fast, even in rough terrain. A 1,500 horsepower gas turbine engine, similar to those used by attack helicopters, provides the muscle.
The increased speed causes you to be able to do a lot more things than you normally could with the slower M60 series. And plus it opens up some terrain to you that you can use as high-speed avenues of approach, which you didn't have before.
Development of the Abrams began in the early 1970s to replace the M60 Patton. Newly developed guided anti-tank missiles made protection a major priority in the Abrams design. Advanced composite armor, similar to Britain's Chobham armor, was used to counter the missile threat and gives the Abrams its distinct slab-sided appearance. To protect the crew from a mishap with its own ammunition, the rounds are housed in a compartment at the rear of the turret with blast doors that separate and safeguard the crew. Should the ammunition be ignited by enemy fire, the explosion is vented upward away from the crew. This once secret test footage demonstrates that in spite of detonation, the blast doors protect the crew from the fire. While crew survivability was at the center of the Abrams design, additional attention was put toward making the tank more fightable. Thus, the other key aspect of the M1's design was its weapons system. Previous generations of tanks had to stop to fire, while the Abrams and other modern tanks can fire on the move. The computer-controlled stabilization system keeps the gun aimed at the same point, no matter how much the tank is jostled around by the rough terrain.
The M1 is really effective with the stabilization system, which is built in, whereas on the old tanks it took a lot of short halts where you stop, move, and stop, move. Of course, with the M1 you can continue to ride anywhere from 30 to 35 miles per hour and fire and get a first-round hit.
Several systems are employed to ensure the accuracy of the gun. A muzzle reference system measures barrel warp caused by the heat of repeated firings. A wind sensor checks for crosswinds that would cause a round to go astray. And a laser rangefinder precisely measures the distance to within inches of the target. The fire control computer combines data from these systems to compute a real-time firing solution that is highly accurate even at ranges greater than 1 mile.
The speeds of kills on a modern battlefield are going to be totally different than they used to be, where you would shoot multiple times and not get hits. And nowadays, you have over a 90% probability of hit even while moving.
Modern electronic systems simplify the work of the tank crew. But to survive in today's fast-paced battles, tankers must hit their targets much faster and with greater accuracy than ever before. Training stresses the need for both speed and accuracy.
The target will come up and stay exposed, depending what type of engagement it is, anywhere from 40 to 50 seconds. And then they will be expected to kill it within 12 seconds. You have about 5 seconds reload time for the crew in case they have to fire a second round. But normally we get them on the first round.
The Abrams gun sight employs a thermal imager, able to sense the minute temperature differences between man-made objects like tanks and the natural environment. This enables them to identify enemy tanks at night or when they are hidden by smoke or camouflage. Innovations in tank design since World War II allowed tank crews to drop in size from 5 men to 4.
We have a driver. His basic job is to seek positions. That's in the process of handling the driving portion. And we have the loader. He basically takes care of the aerial watch and also the rear section of the tank. And we have the gunner. He's to identify and acquire targets and fire them as well. And myself, I'm the tank commander. I pretty much keep control and overwatch over each other position.
The Abrams proved itself an invaluable weapon during Operation Desert Storm in 1991 and led the charge into Baghdad during Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2003.